Hello and welcome to the Trade Ideas Market Recap for Friday, June the 6th. My name is Barry Anderson. I'm the moderator of the trading room, and this is the address to get into the room. Let me get right to the charts. And the first stock I want to take a look at is Oracle. And Oracle, ORCL, came from the break of the 20-day high. And the 20-day high was 42.35. Let me just get this chart, oops, a little bit bigger here. So you can see that these are 5-minute candles, and it happened on the second 5-minute candle. And typically, I don't like to take trades before 15 minutes have passed in the market, or until 15 minutes have passed in the market. But uh, something about this I just thought that at the very least I wouldn't get whipped out too much. I mean 42.25, it basically there's a 20-day high. So I thought, okay, at the very least what I would do is I would put my stop at about 8 cents underneath. Well, actually be about 12 cents underneath. So not too bad. I didn't expect Oracle to whip around too much. So that's why I took the trade. And I'm actually still in the trade. It's 42.39. We have about half an hour left to go in the market. And I have basically held this all day. And I haven't minded because I've never been in a losing position on it. So I figured why not just hold it and see what happens. So I see the price is 42.59. I was actually hoping that maybe it could pop into the 60s and maybe get 30 cents out of it. But we'll have to see. I'll just keep an eye on it. The next trade was Hertz, HTZ, or sorry, I'm from Canada, so we say Z, so HTZ. And Hertz actually came from the pre-market scanning that I had done, and you can see why this had a tremendous drop in the yesterday in the post-market, and of course it carried through in the pre-market today. And it was something about they had to restate. I think it was 2011, 2012, and 2013 financials. So the market doesn't like to hear that. But I watched it. I thought maybe we'd look for a bounce on it, and so watch it come down. And I actually said that if it could hold $27, that would be a good thing. I think if we take a look at the daily chart, you can see right there is there's 27. This tail right there is 27. It just went a little bit below it, 86, but it seemed to want to hold. So I thought if it could hold $27, that it might turn into a good bounce play. And so I said to the room that if it got above this level right here, there's the high of that candle, I think is 27.51. So if it got above the high there, that I was going to take the trade. So I took the trade at 27.58 and I exited half at 27.70 and the other half at 27.85. I really was hoping that it could pop through 28, but as it pulled back down, I decided to get out. Don't want to mess around with that's pretty devastating news. I'm no financial expert, but when you restate earnings, the market doesn't like that. So I took my profits and I ran. The next trade was eBay, and eBay came from keep doing that, sorry. eBay came from the bounce play, and at 50, so at 10:01 at 50.12. So right in this area here is when we were alerted to it. And so watch it for a little while. Again, these are 5-minute candles, and so it took a little bit of time. And I basically just, I think I said I was going to take the trade at 50.15 if it broke above here. And I actually made an order entry error, and I took the trade at 50.13. Looked pretty good for a while. Again, it shot up to 50.25, and obviously there's a nice big void above it. If it could have got up to 50.87 or somewhere around this area, even up to here, would have been worth a trade. But it didn't, and as it pulled back down, I decided to exit the trade at 50.15. So it, basically break even a couple cents profit. But I did decide to keep watching this, and when it held this area here and it didn't pop, I decided to go short on eBay at 49.85. Though I actually said in the room that I'd made a rookie error because I forgot to take a look at the daily chart, and you can see that let me see here at 49.85, right in this area here. There's a tail. There was a tail right there, and a couple of areas that I just didn't think. Actually, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. It's over in this area here, right there, I thought that it might get stalled there. I forgot to take a look at the daily chart when I took the trade, but I did get lucky and I exited. I covered my short at 49.65. Now, yes, it did go down a little bit further, but it did pop up back up, and so it's kind of held in this area here. So um, I did get a little lucky. It's a dumb mistake on my part. I always think you should always take a look at more than one time frame, of course, just to check to see if there's any other support areas. But it wasn't a massive support area. But typically, probably would have waited another 8 or 9 cents for the confirmation. The next trade was TSN, and TSN that was a it didn't work out. Again, that didn't work out very well either. TSN came from the bounce. We were alerted to it at 40.11. And so right in this area, you can see all this consolidation. After we saw this, all this consolidation. And so I know I had said that I would take the trade right above here, which was 40.15. And so that's what I did. When it popped above, I took the trade at 46 at right here. It immediately popped back down. This red candle here, back down to 40.07. But I did come back up. So high hopes at this point. We thought, okay, this little pullback is over, and maybe now it can get at least up to this area here. I did say in the room that this was just a scalp for me. I wasn't looking for anything massive. I felt it probably would stall at 40 dollars and $40.40, but it didn't really do anything after that, and I exited the trade for again another couple of cents. So another another not wasted trade. I would do it again, but we just didn't have the oomph that we needed. The last trade was TYC. Now, TYC, I took this trade because, and let me see if I can, I hope I have the symbol correct here, MDT. Pretty sure that was the symbol. Yes, okay. So TYC came from the bounce play. I'm sorry, not the bounce play, but the break of the 20-day high right here. And you can see the break was at 44.26. But when it happened, I noticed it, yes, at this. So there's 44.26, but I noticed that it didn't do anything. And it looked to me like it was just going to be dead money. But I decided that what I would do, that if it could ever get out of this little area here, that I would take the trade. And so when it broke up through here, I took the trade at 44.36. Now, the reason I did that was because if you remember a few days ago, MDT, and MDT was also on my 20-day watch, and it broke. And you see all this consolidation area here, and I didn't take this trade, and I really got punished for not taking this trade. I would have been in a small positive position for this entire time, and then look what happened. So I remembered that. So when I saw TYC, doing this sort of thing, I thought, you know what? I'll kick myself that if I don't take the trade when it breaks above here at least and hold it. And who knows what could happen afterwards. I mean, if I look at the daily chart, you know, nothing is above it to stop it. So who knows? I'm not saying it would have done an MDT, but it could have popped, tacked on 30, 40, 50 cents. And bottom line is that it didn't. And I exited out at 44.33 right here on this down candle. I noticed it's popped back a little bit, but nonetheless, I would absolutely do that again because there's no harm in taking this trade. And with a tight stop, the most you're going to lose, even if I had gone down to here, you're talking 10 cents. So do it again, and because you never know, out of nowhere, something can happen that can really positively impact your trade. Now, before I go on, a couple of shout outs to a couple of traders in the room. One is Trade or Trader 14, and he called CMTL, I think around this level, and he said it's going to 39. Now, does he have a crystal ball? Of course not, but boy, I mean, it hit 38.70, so almost. And so, great call by Trade 14. He has a number of calls like this where he gets into some of these things. Now, this was quite whippy. The spread wasn't very good, and the volume wasn't a lot at this time. But nonetheless, he took the trade, and I'm sure, I don't know if he's still in it, but it was a great call by him. And then another great call by Paul. And let me bring Paul's up. It was VTNR, and he called the bounce, and I think he called it around this area. He does bounce plays a lot differently from I than I do. I usually have to see the confirmation that the next green candle is above here, and I think he, but for him, that's 998 and 947, so that's way too late. I think he starts to, take a position here, and then if it went down a little bit more, he might add. Like I'm certainly not in favor of adding to losing positions, but I think what he does is maybe he takes a small position, and then he will add a little bit more if it goes down. But in his mind, he's got the confidence to take trades like this, and so I think he called it right around here, and it really worked well. I mean, if you got in even around this area. That's about $1.50 from where the call was. So another great call by Paul. The last trade, I just not a trade, but I just want to go over GMCR. And oh my gosh, this is hilarious. This is why day trading can be really frustrating and why you can deviate from your plan sometimes. GMCR was called in the room, not as a call as something to take. I didn't call it. Another poster said, "Wow, hey, have you seen GCMR?" And so it was right here, about I think it was about 226, where in the room that's where it was posted. So the price was around $115. When you see this, you think, "Well, I can't chase this. This is over." Not even if it's over, it's just not a good trading technique to just chase a stock and hope that it's going to keep going up. But of course, you look at a situation like this, and when you see this, you can pull your hair out because you say, well, why didn't I get into this? And so the next time this happens, I'm going to take this. I don't care. I'm going to chase. And of course, the next time that it happens, it stalls right here, and then it collapses onto itself, and then you beat yourself up because you didn't follow your plan. And I'm pointing this out. When I started this, well, I thought I started this video it was right around here, 118. So even since then, it put on another $4. But this is the sort of thing that can really drive you nuts as a day trader, and I understand that. It drives me nuts too. I think, well, first of all, why didn't I get in here? But there's no entry. These are 5-minute candles. There is no real entry. It's just a guess. And yeah, you guess right, and you would have made even 100 shares. It's $700. Nothing wrong with that. So anyway, I don't quite know why I brought that up, but I mean, I thought it was amusing just to see how much after we all thought that well we can't chase it, how much it tacked on. So that's it for this week. Next week, I'm actually going to only be here for Monday and Tuesday. Then I'm taking 5 trading days off anyway. I'm heading off to Spain, so only Monday and Tuesday for the videos. Um, I hope to, let me just bring back the cover page. I hope to see you in the room on Monday, though. Today was kind of exciting. Again, with trade ideas, we always seem to be able to find something. So even though we're in the summer now and people seem to be taking the summer off, we always seem to be able to find something in the room to trade. So I encourage you to come into the room. Bye for now and have a great weekend.